Paulie here on a special Latino slant. And before we get going, before I play the intro, it's gonna be a very quick intro. I just want to tell you one thing that I can't stand. Through all this division, through all this hate, through all this just toxic fandom, is I cannot stand for 1 minute a Disney shill.
5, 4,
3,
2,
1.
Paulie here on the Latino slant. Like that? Like that little comedy? Let's just get right into it. We have Lily, 300 Mirrors. We have Fletcher and Kamran Pasha. What's up, my brother? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. You know, I know how to say Feliz Navidad. How do I say Happy New Year?
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Año Nuevo. Now I've got a new word in Spanish, and so thank you. Feliz Año Nuevo to all the wonderful guys. Like this is an incredible channel, and you guys are exploding. And as I've said to Paulie personally, I think you're creating something that's going to be a major influence in the media, not just the Latino media. You're going to bring the Latino voice to the general media, and I'm always proud to be on here.
Okay, Kamran. Thank you for making time. Your time is very short with us, so I want to maximize this. I want you center court 10 minutes. Like, you the last few days have been just obliterating it on your Patreon, which I'm a member of. I strongly recommend everyone hitting that Patreon membership of Kamran Pasha. Explain to us what's really going on with this news of yet another Star Wars film. Is this the real deal? What's happening? Jon Favreau, sir, the court is yours.
All right, so I'll make this fast, but I want to just give a very quick historical circumstance. And again, I want to just use publicly available information, right? Because some people criticize my sources, they don't believe them. That's fine. So let's look at what's publicly available before I go into what I've heard privately, okay? So publicly available, we've had two major news stories in the past week in Star Wars features, right? Today, we had the incredible news that Jon Favreau is making a feature film called The Mandalorian and Grogu. That's not a rumor. That's been formally announced in the trades. Okay, that's a real thing. It's happening, right? Which should be surprising to a lot of people, or maybe shocking to some, because sadly we had a very intense narrative that Latino Slant didn't fall into, but we had a very intense narrative that took over the YouTube world in the summer of this past year, where suddenly it was a mantra where everyone said Jon Favreau has quit Lucasfilm, and everyone was saying they're hearing it from their sources. It's confirmed. So I contacted my source, and they're like, "What are you talking about? Jon's doing great here. This is the best time of his life. Well, he's not going anywhere." And when I would say that, I would be mocked as, "You don't know anything. You don't have any real connections." I, with unknown identity on YouTube, know the real deal, and that's what everybody did. And I swallowed it. I said, "Okay, whatever. The truth will come out." The truth came out today, where Jon Favreau allegedly quit of June of 2023 is out making a massive Star Wars movie, a feature film. We haven't had a Star Wars movie since episode 9, as far as I remember. I don't think so. If there's been, it's blocked out of my memory. So we went from episode 9 to years of TV shows, some which succeeded, some which didn't. Today we have this movie announced. But before this, for the last 10 days, the entire fandom was consumed with this media narrative that there was another Star Wars feature film about to happen, the Rey movie, the supposed Rey movie that was announced at Celebration, where Daisy Ridley was brought on stage, and then this documentary filmmaker, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, who's never made a feature film. She's won 2 Oscars for documentaries. She's never made a movie, right? And she was going to be supposedly being given this film. And we didn't hear much about it until in November of this past year. We suddenly had an interview where Daisy Ridley came out and said things that surprised people, where she said an interview where she said, well, the Rey movie, the script really isn't ready. There's just a storyline. The storylines changed a lot from what they pitched me, really sort of taking the air out of it, suggesting that there is no Rey movie. If anyone knows anything about filmmaking, which sadly a lot of people that talk about it don't, is that in order to actually make a movie, you must start with a script. And once you have a script, you've got your lovely partner, Romy, who is a very successful actress. Once you have a feature script, then there's a lengthy process beyond that to get approvals, to go into pre-production, to go into production. That can take a year, 18 months, or 2 years from a film-worthy script. And in November of this past year, Daisy Ridley said there was no film-worthy script, right? And so then suddenly in the last few days, Ms. Obey Chunoy, this documentary filmmaker, is suddenly out there claiming, the throne of I am the first, person of color woman to direct Star Wars and we need a woman's touch and all this stuff. And this, of course, enraged the fans. A lot of political groups like the Daily Wire jumped onto it, right? And everyone, again, assumed that this is true because nobody in Hollywood ever lies. There's no PR involved, right? And I said, well, how is it happening? 6 weeks ago, Daisy Ridley said there's no script. How is there a film-worthy script? So let's say there's a film-worthy script. Let's say in 6 weeks, the writer, Stephen Knight, came up with a film-worthy script, handed it over Christmas, and magically got it approved through the entire Disney corporate structure, up past Lucasfilm, into Disney itself, into Dana Walden, and eventually into Bob Iger. Somehow in 6 weeks, he magically wrote a new wonderful script that everyone loves, all the way up to Bob Iger to approve this movie. Because otherwise, why would she be talking about it, a supposedly Go movie, right? That seems improbable. And then then she's out there claiming this. And I was one of the people on my Patreon saying, again, in the minority, guys, this ain't real. There's nothing there. She's just using PR. People do it all the time in Hollywood. Use PR to announce stuff they haven't done in the hopes of getting more work. If you look at Ms. Chunoy's IMDb, she's got nothing going. She's got no other projects. She had announced a movie with Will Smith in 2022. That's not going anywhere. It's not even on her IMDb in development. She's got nothing. So she's looking for work. Right? None of her interviews, she's like, well, I've got all these big TV shows that are asking for me, but she's got nothing going on. So she used this announcement to get attention, and it worked. The fan base fell for it. And some of the more sinister elements promoted it because it served their ideologies. But that story, which consumed everyone for 10 days, and which yet again, I was the crazy guy in the minority saying, guys, this ain't real. This isn't you're being jerked around here, right? What do you know, Kamran? All right, fine. The truth will come out. So today, Jon Favreau announces his feature film, right? And so guess what? That feature film is going to go. It's because it's actually announced as a Go movie in the trades. Not the director, not a documentary filmmaker announcing for herself on CNN that she's making this movie. This is Disney putting out a formal press release of the trades saying we're doing this, right? And so that's going to be at least a $300, maybe a $400 million movie. If you know from the history of Lucasfilm, when they're making a movie, that's all they do. They don't make other stuff. They focus on one movie and they throw all their resources at it. And if it's not competently managed, you get the sequel trilogy, right? Whatever. But there was no other stuff going on. They weren't throwing out, here's a Willow movie in the middle of, they were just throwing out Star Wars one after the other, right? And they're throwing all their money at it. And the movies looked good. The story's not that great, right? Jon Favreau, I think we can trust, is going to do a superb story because he's a great filmmaker. We know this objectively about him, and we know he loves Star Wars. We've already seen that, right? And so this movie, not only the announcement that came out today, puts this in the forefront, it also knocks out this nonsense that the fandom bought into for 10 days, that there's this Rey movie, because let's say there is a Rey movie. That's obviously not the priority now. Let's just say there was. Right, it's not a priority now because this movie is based on a proven concept. The Mandalorian, not everybody liked the last season, but the Mandalorian is a proven concept. People are buying Baby Yoda toys. It's a moneymaker. It's a proven concept for the masses, right? So from a
Did Favreau direct any of the Mandalorians past season? I don't know if he directed any of the episodes. I don't think he directed any.
I don't know. I think maybe Filoni was the majority of them. I'll have to check. Right. But he directed some incredible episodes because and this guy made Iron Man. He's a genius filmmaker. He's a genius. Nobody can deny that, right? He's a genius filmmaker. And
ever since Swingers.
Ever since this guy's not this guy ain't a documentary filmmaker who's never directed an actor to say their lines. He's never. That's not what he is, right? And so the only thing Ms. Tremaine Ebechunay ever did after her documentaries was she got 2 episodes of Ms. Marvel, which is a great show, but her episodes were completely reshot because that's the first time she'd been in front with actors and working in because documentary filmmaking is more about taking footage and editing it, right? And interviews. This is about actually creating a world from scratch and directing actors and production design. A totally different skill set. She'd never done it. And it didn't work for her.
According to your sources, right? According to your sources.
I was talking about my sources.
They are legit. Boom. This is number one priority.
Yes.
And so I had and the Chinoy Rey is what, according to your sources, compared to this Mandalorian stuff.
So I will give you my sources. And I've given you the publicly available information. So even if people question my sources and whether they question my integrity, whatever, you don't have, just look at I've just laid out to you the case on publicly available information in the trades as to which is the more probable project to go. So now let's get into my sources, which were correct about this. They were correct this summer when everyone was saying Jon Favreau has quit. Everyone on YouTube was saying this. My sources were like, nah, that's not true. Where's this coming from, right? And I would say that and it was, Kamran doesn't know anything. Okay, well, now my sources were proven true, all right? Because Jon Favreau came out of nowhere and said, I'm making a big movie, so I guess I didn't quit, right? All right, so now, this is what my sources said today. I asked them, so what was the reaction to this Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's media blitz of the last 10 days? And the direct quote I got from my contact inside Lucasfilm was like, people in the office were saying, who the hell is this person? Why should we care what she has to say? No one in the office knows anything about this movie. And I'd heard now for some time, since November, from my sources, that the scripts that had been submitted by Mr. Stephen Knight were not up to par. The exact quote was that they are not up to caliber, quote unquote, and that they keep being sent back, go back and rewrite it. It's not working. So that was well into December. I was getting that. So that the scripts weren't working. And now this is the news about what scripts will be used for the Favreau movie. So this is more inside information from my insiders inside of Lucasfilm. They revealed to me today that the storyline has already been approved, because the storyline is going to be, they're going to use the pre-approved storyline for Mandalorian season 4 that had been approved like a year ago. Right? That was ready to go, and that was held off, the strikes and everything else that happened in the past year. They didn't film it, right? So now they've got 10 scripts, 8 scripts, whatever it is. They've got the scripts for Mandalorian season 4, and now Jon Favreau is going to take these scripts and essentially take out the important moments of the story of this arc of this season and create a massive feature film out of it. So he's already got the underlying script material. He's just going to combine it. He may have already done that, and my odds are he probably already has a working draft script that Bob Iger approved. Otherwise, they wouldn't have allowed him to go out and say this and put Disney's name on it. Ms. Obaid-Chinoy put her own name on it. Disney did not come out and say, we're making this Rey movie. She did. Whereas Disney said, we're making this movie, right? So that's coming out today. So basically, the season 4 storyline that had already been approved by Iger and the whole Disney system will now be turned into a feature film. What does that mean for Mandalorian? Will they have another season? I don't know. If they have another season, they'll have to create a new storyline because they're going to use this for the movie. So that's where we are with that. And that's coming from my sources. And again, it matches up with the factually available information that can be confirmed.
Wonderful. Thank you. Lily, I think, has a question now.
Please.
Yes. So my question is, why would they drop this news now and not wait until Star Wars Celebration to announce it? I mean, it's a huge story. You would think that this would be their big story they would drop on us for Celebration.
My understanding is Celebration is delayed for at least another year. I think it's still 2025. So that's going to be a long, by that time, this movie will probably be ready to go, right? But there's a reason they announced it right now. And the reason, I think there's 2 reasons, because I talked to my source inside Lucasfilm about the 2 reasons, and they confirmed these are the 2 reasons, okay? The 2 reasons are this. One is there's a practical situation that they're dealing with in the politics of Disney, which is, for people who are aware, Bob Iger is facing a shareholder rebellion with large investors led by Nelson Peltz, who wants 2 seats on the board because he feels that Iger and his cronies on the board have mismanaged Disney, which I think a fair case can be made that is true. And that this is, and the pressure that was building on Iger to show the shareholders, look, I'm not an idiot. I can give the market what it wants, right? Oh, here we go. Let's announce a project right now with Jon Favreau, a beloved filmmaker who many people were happy with much of what he's done in television. Not everyone was happy with it, but amongst the general masses, most people were happy with what he did, right? And The Mandalorian, with people buying baby Yoda toys, most people were pretty happy with this franchise. So it's the safest possible thing to say, I'm going to take what we've shown can work. I'm going to take that and make that into a big movie. So look, you don't have to remove me as CEO, Peltz. I'm making some smart choices. So that's reason number 1, okay? Reason number 2 is because of these events that Ms. Obaid-Chinoy unthinkingly set in motion by, frankly, selfishly attempting to use the name of Star Wars to get herself other work, right? PR work. And, and Paulie knows from his own work in the industry, from his partner Romy's work, there are shady people out there that always make announcements in order to get attention in the hopes of other work. This is
Bruh,
kind
we just had an encounter with one. I can back that up. How
it's
shady,
kind of
how shady people who actually work in the business are, much less people who aren't working in the business that still pretend and propose that they're working in the business. There's two different things, but the thing is that there's just shady people that have their way of surviving in the business.
they try to
But go
create
on,
PR
sir.
to keep things going. And so that's what it's frankly, it's a sleazy thing to do. Sleazy people do it. They do it all the time. And so now the problem is Miss Chinoy, who wasn't thinking in terms, she doesn't know what's going on in Star Wars. People at the office didn't know who she was. They're like, oh, that woman at Celebration, we still talking about that thing? Now she's out in the press. Literally, that was what my source said. People are like, who is this? What? That was the office reaction. Lucas was like, what is going on? And everyone's like, oh, look at Lucas. People are like, who the hell is this woman? I thought this thing was long dead. I haven't heard. I mean, their scripts suck. How could she be out there? So they didn't know what was going on. But she set this in motion partly because in her selfish desire to use this to get somebody to go, why don't you do you want to work on an episode of Magnum PI? We got something for you, right? You're doing this big. Do you have some time in your schedule from Star Wars? Can you do a quick episode of this thing on ABC for us? She's looking for work. She ain't gonna get it because word has already gotten out that her episodes of Miss Marvel had to be reshot. It's publicly available. She put it on her Instagram, right? I'm not making anything up. Her Instagram, she's proudly talking about, oh, I'm here reshooting. You don't want to be proudly talking about you reshooting your entire stuff. It means you didn't do it right the first time. Come on, okay? So, but that's all out there. I know because I have friends of mine who worked on Miss Marvel, close friends, people I mentored, and let's just say that the people that didn't work well on that show, word got out inside of Disney. I know this for a fact, but from my friends confirmed, the people that did not do well on that show, others were told, don't hire them. And it's not just Miss Chinoy. Others got the word that this person didn't work out. That's what happens on the shows I've worked on. Somebody doesn't work out well. We tell other people this. I don't know if you want to hire this person as director. They completely dropped the ball. We lost a couple $1 million on production on that episode. It happens. So she set this in motion because now she is consuming all of the airwaves, the Daily Wire, CNN. Everyone is talking about this thing that Lucasfilm didn't approve. So she consumed everybody's attention. And Favreau, who is a proud man, a very restrained man, a patient man, said, enough of this crap. I'm not going to let her destroy my work. Put this out there. And he did.
I'm going to get back to that. You guys are in the chat. Over 50 people live in the chat. Make sure you are subscribed. Smash the like. Share the link on Twitter X. All that good stuff. We're here with writer, novelist, screenwriter, producer, and amigo to the channel, Mr. Kamran Pasha. Fletcher, you have a question.
Yeah, do we know, Mr. Pasha, if the same cast that's on the TV show will be attached to the movie? Or were they looking to, recast different characters?
I've not heard anything about recasting. The odds are, again, because the whole purpose of this is to make it a safe sell for Iger to be able to tell Nelson Peltz and other investors, look, I'm not going to mess up this boat. Just don't kick me out or don't put other people into the board that are going to supervise me, right? So the safest thing is to bring back everyone that you know. Din Djarin, Baby Yoda, probably Luke, because he's part of Mandalorian.
It's huge.
Probably Ahsoka. Yeah, probably huge. Ahsoka. Yeah, she's part of Mandalorian. And guess what? Guess what? Maybe even Cara Dune. Maybe even Gina.
Well,
maybe even Gina. It's possible.
Right.
Wow.
We can speculate. Let's go back. I know you have a few more minutes. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Explain to me how a film gets made, like because it's an idea, it's a concept, you hire, it's pre-pro, then you go into production, then post. Where's Favreau now in that I think I got it right. Where's Favreau?
You got it right. So let me clarify the time frame in a feature film versus television. Okay, television. So the you've laid out the journey. It's a story to concept to treatment to initial drafts of a script to an approved draft of a script to pre-production to production to post-production to release. Okay, so that's essentially the journey. In television, that the time frame of that is compacted because you have to get this thing out within, depending on the show. Network show, you got to get it out within 6 months to 9 months. Something on a streamer like Disney, you've got more flexibility. You can put out the next season of Mandalorian a year from now, rather than there's not the same time pressures. Like put it out even like 18 months from now. You have more freedom. But a movie, you got time. Movies generally take years, right? They take years of development. That's generally what happens. Because most of the work of development of a movie is everything before the pre-production that we're describing. It's all the stages that we're describing, which is story, concept, preliminary scripts, approved script, right? So those are that's pre-production, okay? Before you actually, pre-production is when you start hiring the set designer because they have a go script, right? And you can start casting director. Let's start putting people. That's pre-production. Now this is development is before that. So development is usually what takes the long process of anything, especially in movies. You can have a movie in development for 10 years. I've had movies that I've had in development for years, right? It's called development hell for a reason. You're trapped in hell. You don't know they're ever going to get out of it. So where Favreau is compared to, let's say, Obey Chunoi where Favreau is that he's already past the development stage because he already has approved season of scripts of Mandalorian 4. So the entire storyline has been approved. The storyline's been approved. He has written scripts that have been approved by the system, right? All he has to do now is to create the Reader's Digest condensed version of Mandalorian Season 4, make it bigger, because now he's going to get a lot more money. So now, instead of that little battle with a couple of X-Wings, you're going to have some huge Star Destroyers explode, and you're going to have, I mean, now you've got the money to do it, right? No joke now.
You brought that up in your post, the money. Can you add that in there as well? And then Lily's got a quick question after.
Yeah, and then the money is going to be multiples. So, people have said Star Wars shows are expensive. Some people have said they're well over 100, maybe even $200 million. I'm sure they are. That's for a TV show. So if they're putting $150 to $200 million on a TV show, you better believe they're putting twice that into a movie. So we're looking at $300 million, $400 million into a feature film. So that's $150 to $200 million more that Favreau has to play with to do incredible stuff, right? And he won't waste that money. He'll use it not just to make it look cool, but to actually put in the best possible pieces. So yeah, so that's where Favreau is. He's in the that's why it's a go movie. That's why it's announced by Disney, because he has the material. He probably has a rough compilation script from season 4 ready to go. Probably got that ready over Christmas, and Iger saw it January 1st, said go for it. That's why it's been announced, okay? Whereas Ms. Chinoy, she don't have a script, so she's still in the development phase. You haven't even begun the pre-production phase. So
this is the Peaky Blinders writer as well, right?
Yeah, Peaky Blinders, who's well known to being a very slow writer, and now people from my sources, they're just not happy with his scripts. That's fine.
It takes a long time. Yeah,
correct. To make a movie takes years, and so when people fell for it, it's coming out, whatever. Well, what's coming out
because of the celebration, right? Because they paraded Daisy out there, and that I think people thought, she's going to go film it right now.
And so and then I want to take Lily's question, but let me answer with Daisy. So at the time when that happened, I was attacked because I had been given a lot of information about how Celebration was supposed to go, and it didn't quite go that way. In fact, went the opposite, right? I've been told that Iger wanted essentially, Kennedy to take a bow and to take all kinds of glories and announce her retirement. The opposite happened. She announced a bunch of new projects. So people say, Cameron, you're a liar, or at the very least, you're misinformed. And one of the things that I was attacked on was the Rey movie, because obviously Daisy Ridley's brought onto stage. So I contacted my people inside Lucasfilm. I said, hey guys, you left me out to dry here. You told me this, it went this way. And they're like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's the opposite of what we all expected. And they said to me specifically, none of us knew, nobody inside Lucasfilm knew about this Rey movie. Nobody. Favreau didn't. We didn't. None of us heard about it. We were shocked to see Daisy Ridley brought on the stage. I posted that, and you remember on Patreon. I posted that back April or so of last year when I was being attacked. I posted. That's what I was told. Nobody knew about it. Cameron, you're just lying. Whatever. And obviously, okay. Guess what? Daisy Ridley herself in her November interview said nobody knew about it. It was just me. Exactly. Almost quoting me. It's literally she said it was just Kathleen Kennedy and her inner circle knew about it when I was brought on the stage. Nobody did. It's exactly what I said. Daisy Ridley has confirmed it publicly. So that's not a real project. A real project has the backing of the entire company. You don't bring out a star that nobody knows this is happening. Ridley has said nobody knew this is happening. That's not a real project. That's a PR project that you are pushing for an agenda, because otherwise the accountant should know you're doing it. The lawyer should know you're doing it. How can nobody know you're doing it? Everyone now knows that Favreau is doing this. There's no shock about it, right? So that's right. So Lily, I'm sorry, you had a question. I have to leave in a couple of minutes.
No. This kind of follows up your comments about Rey and Daisy Ridley. So we did see that she's confirmed. I know the stuntmen, the doubles do a great job as Din Djarin, but are they going to be smart enough to lock down Pedro Pascal for the role? You think? Because season 3, he just did the voice. He didn't appear on camera at all, but the fans, they want to see Pedro.
I agree. And Pedro is just getting bigger and bigger. God bless him. I'm using the Golden Globes cameras on him half the time, right? I mean, he's getting big, right? And he's a great actor, and he earned this. He worked really hard for this, right? So Favreau is not an idiot. A lot of people around him are idiots, but he's not an idiot. So Favreau is not going to make this announcement unless he's got everything locked into place. He's not going to do what Chinoy is doing, which is making stuff up and hoping it works out. So I'm sure he's made arrangements with Pedro, giving him what he needs for his as an actor, because he felt like he didn't get a real shot at that show just to the voice. He didn't always get to even be the physical presence, right? And as an actor, he wants to show his face, right? Because we all know actors, your face is your moneymaker, right? And he's got, God bless him, he's got a handsome face, right? Charismatic guy. And so I'm sure those arrangements have been made. I'm sure it's been locked in. Otherwise, Favreau and Disney would not put out a formal press release, because they're putting themselves up for disaster, which Miss Kennedy has put herself up for lots of disaster. Remember the James Mangold movie? Announced at Celebration? Anybody heard about any? James Mangold's a real director, not like Mr.
Incredible director.
And we haven't heard one word about that movie because it's forgotten.
Yeah,
just like the Ray movie was forgotten until Chinoy decides, I got to use this to get me some work, right? And so that's what's happening. And so yes, I would be shocked if Favreau had not locked in everything. And if he's going to make a movie called The Mandalorian Grogu, you better believe the guy that we associate with The Mandalorian is going to be his center of it.
Okay, one more. Fletcher.
Thank you for your time, Kamran. So basically, do you think that this is like just a one shot and done, or do you think this is part of like maybe a bigger universe for the Mando?
Well, I mean, I will reveal this, okay? So the other information that I got, again, believe my source or don't believe them. This information I got, it fits into your question, right? So the other information I had received yesterday, which was confirmed by the trades today, yesterday I posted on my Patreon from my source inside of Lucasfilm and I was disappointed by the news, was that apparently the Ahsoka season 2, which I enjoyed Ahsoka and everybody did, I liked it. But Ahsoka season 2, the scripts have been finished, but now they weren't about to make them. They've been put back into development, go back and rewrite them some more. And there was no production time period set as to when the show would be made, even though we had all presumed the show would go into production this year. It's not. And so I was very disappointed to hear that. And I put that out on my Patreon saying, I'm sorry to tell you guys, I just got this from the horse's mouth saying that that Ahsoka season 2 is on hold, that they're going back into development. They're in development, right? I said that. Okay. Today, Variety reports Ahsoka is in development. A day after I report it right on my Patreon. So obviously I must have some knowledge, right? And so, they say it's in development, and the way people read it is, well, that means it's going. No, when they use the words in development, they're writing scripts or rewriting scripts, as I just laid out. Development is the early stage, right? But to answer your question, so I talked to my source inside of Lucasfilm today, and they said, along with the information they gave me about Favreau using season 4 of Mandalorian to make this feature film, they said to me that, so this is what we've learned with regard to why this is being held back. Why is Ahsoka being held back? It's because the plan for Ahsoka, and I've said this for a long time, was that at some point in Ahsoka, that they were going to use the veil, the world between worlds, the interdimensional world that we saw introduced in Ahsoka season 1, where we saw Anakin in that world, right? Okay, and we saw it being used for time travel, where Ahsoka went back in time to see her earlier battles, right? So we saw that being used, now established for people who hadn't watched the Clone Wars animation stuff. They didn't know about that idea. It's now in the idea of the normie, right? They've seen it. And so now the idea was season 2 would be used to retcon the sequel trilogy, as in Ahsoka goes back in the time to make sure that Palpatine does not resurrect, that Anakin, that Darth Vader killed Palpatine in Return of the Jedi, fulfilling his destiny as the chosen one. Thus, the entire timeline never happens. Rey was never created. Han and Leia go off to another adventure. Maybe they have different children. Maybe they have twins, but they have another lifeline. If the whole story changes, right? And we've just established, Adam Driver just came out 2 days ago and said, I'm never going to do Star Wars again. So Kylo Ren ain't ever coming back. Right, Kylo Ren. So,
or at least him as Kylo Ren, right?
Or at least him as Kylo Ren.
That would be.
But again, who's gonna? I mean, Kylo Ren was already a character that didn't work. now you're going to have
it's another challenge that they would have to sort of like the Scream,
exactly.
fiasco.
My Scream is dead, right? And so that's
Mm-hmm.
the idea. Is they said they're holding it back because right now Miss Kathleen Kennedy is still formally on paper on the letterhead the president of Lucasfilm. So as long as she's still formally there, even if she's off in Malibu hanging out, not doing anything, not being consulted on anything, right? They can't, out of respect and out of political necessity, they can't do season 2, which is about that. And I've been told for some time by my sources, season 2 is about retconning that Ahsoka by the end of season 2 changes the timeline, right? And they're like, they have to hold it now, and until she's formally out, which suggests they expect her to be formally out, like off the letterhead in somewhat of a near future, because they're holding it. But the reality is this: for the next 18 months to 2 years, Star Wars, Lucasfilm is all about the Jon Favreau movie. All the resources are going to tunnel to that, right? Nothing else matters, no matter how much Obey Chunoi talks about her fake movie. Nothing matters, right? And so when that is done, which will probably be at least 2025 summer, based on the timeline that we talked about, Paulie, possibly Christmas time of 2025. So looking at 18 months to 2 years. By that time, Miss Kathleen Kennedy is in her 70s. Setting aside anyone, just at some point you got to retire. Just no one expects you to be doing this at 80, right? And so within 2 years, we are in a position where likely, on a practical level, leadership has changed inside of Lucasfilm. And then you're in a position, once Star Wars is back with a massively successful movie that people are not disappointed by, that hopefully makes well over maybe $1 billion. Their goal will be making 1.52 billion to Return to the Force Awakens. That's their goal. And then when you got that, then you hit the ground running with Ahsoka season 2, changing the timeline, and then you got a bunch of new Star Wars movies in the timeline that you want to go in, and people are happy again.
What is Favreau's creative control on this movie? What has it been, and what is it going to be? Last question.
From everything I've been told, it's 100%. He has no interference from Kathleen Kennedy or anyone else. This is his baby. He's doing whatever he wants with it. No one is going to tell him what to do with it. And so that's why, again, I can't guarantee it. I can't guarantee she'd want to come back, but it's certainly possible that he could bring back, Gina Carano as Cara Dune if he wanted to, if she wanted it, right? Because nobody's going to tell him anything right now. This is his baby, and Iger is doing this to save his own butt. He can't have people interfering right now and screwing this up so that he is fired by Nelson Peltz and a shareholder rebellion. Can't. His own life is on the line. His balls are on the line. It's not going to happen. So that's it. This is Favreau's baby. And yeah, Kathleen Kennedy gets a credit on it. She gets a credit on everything as long as she's formally on the letterhead, right? She ain't been calling him and giving him notes on this. That's for sure.
Wow. Well, I know you got to go. You got a captive audience. They love you, man. And sorry, guys, I can't get to any of your questions because we just have Kamran for a precious small time.
Well, the best way to get your questions is come to my Patreon. We'll throw in the link before I go. We'll come into my Patreon. It's there, and then join me. You can ask me questions, and higher level people get to ask me regular questions like Q&A sessions, right? So all that. So come join me. Paulie can attest. It's worth $5 of your time. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Well, because this happened because I was asked you questions the last couple of days. I'm like, you know what? There's so much, news. Kamran, can you come on the show? I got Lily. I got Fletcher. Stick around, guys. Though the panel, the rest of the panel will pick from your questions because there's a lot to digest after everything that Kamran's told us. Senor, thank you, brother. Thank you for doing this.
Everyone. Wonderful channel. Everyone continue to support Latino Slant. This is the future of the media. Everyone, God bless everyone. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, con Dios. Take care, everyone. Peace.
All right. Talk to you later. Whoa, everyone hanging out in the chat, over 70 people hanging out. We will answer your questions. Fletcher is going to start pinning them now. What I would like to do right now is hear from Lily. What's your takeaway from everything that you just heard from Kamran?
Now that I've kind of heard everything that he's talked about, I really want to give myself the opportunity to be a little bit more excited and hopeful for how this movie's going to come out. I know we've been burned in the past. Season 3 wasn't that great, but if they can pull this all together, oh my gosh, it's going to be incredible. So I'm really happy that he came on and he gave us a little more information about that. So yeah, now I'm a little more excited.
Yeah. Now, Fletcher.
Yeah, it does seems like it's more put together, or shall we say, more in the advanced stages
Mm-hmm.
than a lot of projects. And as Mr. Cameron said, it does look like they put it way on the forefront, and they already have something of a script already set up that they can just, you know, put together. Instead of doing like the season 4, they can just boom, put it
Mm-hmm.
all together and make it into a cohesive, movie,
Mm-hmm.
kind of quickly.
Yeah,
Since
right
they
on
have all
time
the
there,
people.
Nemo. Yes. Right in time. I'm going to get to some of your questions right now. If you're just joining us, you can catch Cameron on the replay of this. That was amazing, man. I think we got a lot out of those 30 minutes with him. Here's something I also wanted to bring up with him, but obviously he was short on time. But he brought it up in his own way and in the chat too. Is let's talk about Disney Star Wars track records. Compare KK's to Favreau's.
Mm.
Right? Yeah. That the KK movies, they made tons of money, but they lost money, release after release. And compare Favreau at that time when Mando debuted. It was around the same month or maybe a month before Rise of Skywalker came out. Mando was the hit, and not Rise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mando was giving anyone a fool's hope. So I'm just saying, that's another vote of confidence for me, is that if Favreau has full creative control, we got a shot at some good Star Wars.
Yeah,
Right.
and he did bring up a good point too. I didn't even notice that all of the interviews that came out with Charmin were actually not official Star Wars interviews.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
I didn't even consider that. And yes, Lucasfilm, like, they put out their statement like super fast. They're like, no, we need to get ahead of this. We need to put this
Wow.
out.
Because they have so many problems, man. With the whole boards and all that stuff and Iger. But good point. Okay, what are we doing, Fletcher?
All right. So basically, we have a few questions and a member chat and a super chat.
All right. Wonderful. It's good to see so many wonderful friends here, old and new. We're here joined by Fletcher Williams and Lily 300 Mirrors. This is the new Midnight's Edge Espanol team that is doing stuff, and soon they're going to be doing weekly live streams as well in Espanol. Since Corner's here, wish Ray wasn't coming back too. Ugh. Here's how I feel. Here's how I feel, Sin. We're never going to see a Ray movie. We are never going to see Ray on that big screen again. Ryan Landis, imagine messing up Star Wars so much that putting out a movie is such a huge gamble. Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Interesting.
That's the sad part.
That's a sad part. Surgeon MD. What's up, Surgeon MD? I hope Favreau dethrones Filoni as the major of LF. Filoni's SW is not as great as Favreau's. Filoni's got fans. That's my only thing. Whether I like his stuff or not, he's like the Snyder of Star Wars. What do you got? What do you think, Lily?
It's because it's so. I used to be a Filoni fan until I started seeing a lot of things changing, and then I was like, no.
Yeah.
You can see that Favreau. I believe that at the beginning he had more control than he has now, and you can tell that he wanted to tell a really great story, and then they just completely came in and just derailed him with everything on every aspect. With Gina being gone, they canceled his show. They had to change things in the Book of Boba Fett. They had to change everything just to put in like the Filoni verse, and I don't like that. So hopefully he has more control than we think.
Yeah, and Favreau has been in this business as a filmmaker since the 90s. He knows the business. He knows the long game. These other people do not, guys. They just don't. I'm talking about these other filmmakers. So I know people. I know a lot of people were hating on him because he was like, oh, he didn't come in to defend Gina. the full story will be out there sooner or later. I do believe he's just looking at the long game when it came to that. Hates Me in HD, member of the channel. Cameron makes sense. I feel Favreau is someone Iger can trust to keep order and oversight on set. Wink, wink. I mean, I think Iger's hedging his bets on Favreau because Iger needs a hit.
Yeah. You need something to go right.
Yeah. And Brian McCann, member of the channel. It's good to see you here, man. Yeah, we never do night live streams, but never say never. The Mando film might focus S4 into a film and end of the story, or tease a S4 plus.
Season 4.
Yeah.
What's S4?
Season 4.
Oh God. Okay. Little S, big F, little F, big 4. Hey, Slant, what are the members' benefits and how do I enroll? Well, tell them what the members' benefits are right after we read these two super chats. CC Karaoke for $2, $2 Congrats on 10K. We got 10K. Oh my God. Yeah, man. India loves us. Hates Me in HD for $1.99. Yeah, Cameron was fire. Congrats on the 10K. Gary, watch out. That's right. Neurotic. Watch out. Okay, let's play some videos and we'll be right back.
Como cuando tu esposa te dice, lava los trastes. No voy a lavar ni madre. Nada voy a lavar. Eso no es cosa de hombres, es cosa de viejas. Yo no voy a lavar nada. Lávalos tú. Nada, un TikTok. Un TikTok que está ahorita.
¿De qué?
No, ya lo voy a borrar porque nada, está bien chafa, ni me gustó. Sí, no, déjamelo. Sí, de hecho, estaba poniendo música para ponerme a lavarlo, ¿sabes? Okay. No sabes dónde está la esponja.
Thank you so much for those super chats. Memberships are available. Fletcher, what do we got on memberships, my man?
Oh yeah, we just got Brian McMahon gifted 5 Latino memberships, and also if you become a member, you get some of our awesome member streams where we get to hang out, watch cool movies. Sometimes you get to watch the movies with a great director. Like last time we actually had the director come and chat with us while we were watching the movie.
Yeah,
and,
our
all
Halloween horror night. We had a director come. We watched his movie, and we all got to hang out and talk with him afterwards.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that no other channels do. That's one of them. Another thing is we just mailed out today all the gift winners from our Christmas party. Whoever won the Christmas charades, a lot of members won. We sent those out. What else, Fletcher?
You get our wonderful little emoticons right here. It's just blasting some right now. If you can see, you get the little Slantino and the Pinata, Mexican Iron Man, the Pistolero and stuff. But also you get to view some of the streams that are not available for everybody else. And not all the streams go live for everyone. Some are kept for members only. And also exclusive offers that come later on Polly here at the Latino Slant.
Thank you guys for showing your emojis in the chat. And another thing we do is we'll take requests from our wonderful members. Hey, Polly, can you send me the link of the little guy pretending to shoot a machine gun on the mic? You know what? I can, and I will do something even better for you. I'll play it. No. Okay, all right. Let's jump back on this. Also in regards to Favreau, he did Jumanji 1, Zathura, Iron Man, Swingers, Chef. I love that movie, Chef.
Oh, I love that movie too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's pick up that conversation, Lily. Some more of your thoughts there.
Um, I'm just trying to. Well, I'm kind of hoping that he's right too. That they have all of the cast already kind of locked down, because I
Yeah.
did see that Pedro posted to his Instagram, but he
Right.
always does that and just puts up like the Mando stuff, but doesn't say anything. So I'm like, what does this mean? Does this mean that he's like part of it, or he's just gonna be supportive?
Right.
Yeah.
What's
I
going
mean,
on?
okay, what I'm thinking is that they Favreau and team would absolutely be foolish not to do this with the star. Now, if you have Pedro as Din Djarin, which I think is a smart choice, you're gonna see Pedro out of his mask a few times during the film.
Mhm.
You're gonna see that. It just doesn't make sense for it. There's no incentive for Pedro to do the project, other than it's a big Star Wars film. But it's like he was already saying, peace, I'm out.
Yeah. Plus,
Mhm.
last year he missed Star Wars Celebration, so I know everybody was speculating like, "Oh my gosh, he's not going to be part of the Mandalorian anymore." But at the same time, when Mando season 3 was promoting, he was doing a lot of promotions with Jon Favreau. So I don't know if during those times when both of them were together, alone, without anybody else there, they kind of
Mhm.
figured this out together. And Jon was like, "Hey, I want to make a movie out of this. Can we clear your schedule? Can we like get you to do this project?" So I think hopefully that
It's all about
kind
schedules, right?
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because The Last of Us starts filming next month, right? Um, and depending on how he might not even be in the entire season 2 of The
Well, if
Last
they
of Us.
keep the same,
Oh, yeah.
storyline of the video game,
They're
yeah,
gonna kill him off, right?
yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
horribly.
So let's
Oh.
say let's just hypothesize, right? That the concept, the script concept for Favreau's Mandalorian movie is strong enough for this to happen. Script's going to be done in a few months. It's in the works. And they want to start filming by the summer earliest.
But you know what? Also, too, though, you
Mhm.
know how he has his arm broken? He's actually gonna have surgery for that. So I wonder how long it's gonna take him to heal up for it too.
Yeah, but
Uh,
they could probably work
yeah.
around that,
I
especially with
mean,
special
yeah.
effects.
Yeah. I think with Mandalorian, I think with the Last of Us, I think they'll work around that. How I don't know how bad the his injury was, you know.
It sounds like it's
Um,
pretty bad.
okay. Lily knows.
No,
Yeah,
it's because from like a medical standpoint, the equipment that he's actually wearing isn't just immobilizing his arm, it's actually immobilizing his shoulder too. So that means
Mhm.
that they don't want him moving his arm completely at all. And I think I saw like a little piece of interview that said
Mhm.
that he actually needed to get surgery for it. So when you get surgery for anything like that, it's pretty serious.
Several months.
right.
It's pretty lengthy.
So
It's pretty
remember, folks, this is not Lily's opinion as a professional stalker of Pablo.
No.
This is Millie. This is her professional opinion as a medical professional,
Yeah.
She
not
is,
as a
yes.
stalker.
Right. Lily is
Stalkers,
a
that's a
professional
different
RN.
killer. Right.
Yeah, I'm actually a nurse. That's why I noticed that, because I was like, huh, that's very strange that he's wearing that, because usually you don't see that. You just see a sling.
Anything else from what Cameron gave to us, all that wonderful information? From the panel to anyone in the chat, just getting here. Any other thoughts you want to bring up, Fletcher or Lily?
Well, I think it's more in stage that I think maybe they even given credit, because it
Yeah.
does seem like, as Mr. Pasha says, it looks like it is more along than we even thought possible.
Mhm.
Because they already had a script for the fourth season already probably done. They can easily just chop that up and
Easily.
and for all we know, half of the stuff's already shot. because
Well,
or special effects and stuff like that, it's already kind of done in a sense.
what is done is the universe. Who inhabits it? The new characters, the old characters. I mean, there's a lot of fan favorites.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine if he brought back Cara Dune?
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy. But I guess what I'm saying, as far as production, I mean, they don't have to render in
Right.
like special effects new ships. They already have the ships.
Correct.
They
Correct.
already have
Yeah.
and I'm sure a lot of these are done like a little bit ahead from what they're shooting. So
Yeah.
they already have they don't have to create a puppet for Grogu or do new special effects for him. They already have. So it's like
It's the
the
stories
set's
now.
already done. They just
Right.
So
It's
if
the
they have the
story.
story already kind of halfway done because they might have taken the fourth season, this
Uh-huh.
is way along. Like
I would think Favreau has had this ending for a while. I mean, it's been a few years now
right,
that
Yeah.
this is Mandalorian has been Favreau's baby.
Mhm.
right,
And I mean, after disastrous season 3, it's like, oh, you know what? We ain't doing. I got this movie script. Like this is
right.
what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but if you
Um,
take season 1 of the Mandalorian, you can already chop that up. That's already a movie in a sense. So it's
no,
like,
no, I hear you. I'm just saying, like to wrap up, whatever Mando and Gorgo get into. Lily, what do you think?
My only thing, I guess, that we really didn't kind of get to ask him is if all of this is gonna kind of come together like the MCU, because like Filoni has his own movie that's coming out with those characters too, and if the Rey movie happens, like, is this all gonna be connected? Is this gonna be like a
Mhm,
trilogy, or is this gonna be
mhm.
like standalone movies? Because I honestly do not want this to be connected. I want The Mandalorian to have its own thing, because
Right.
I think once you start bringing all of Filoni's characters, he gets out of control and he starts giving them all of the attention, all of the lines, all of
Mhm.
the plot lines, and it takes like it. Look at what happened in season 3. Bo-Katan is one of his characters,
yeah,
and Mando was completely sidelined.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's answer some of these questions and stuff. Let's have Lily, then Fletcher answer them first. But first, Vex is here. Happy Tuesday, everyone!
Oh, hey,
Congratulations on
Vex.
10K.
So
Thank you,
Vex,
Vex. We're working hard here, and the globe is taking notice. Yes, yes. I mean, I think it's a lot of fun, Vex. It's a lot of fun. Okay, here we go. What do you guys think, Lily?
mm,
I'm pretty sure he does.
yeah,
I don't know how he would clear it with Kathleen Kennedy, but I mean,
right.
hopefully.
Well, if he has creative control, and he's got his pipeline is Iger and him, she's out.
She doesn't have any
He's
say.
in name only because she's the executive producer in name,
But
right?
like, would Gina come back though? That's the question too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he would.
yeah,
You
would.
think so? You think
I
so?
think so. I think so.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, man, yeah,
yeah.
oh
I
yeah,
think she would, because it seemed
absolutely.
like it wasn't like none of the comments or ever like even the
Hmm.
idea ever was towards Favreau.
Yeah.
It seems like it was geared towards other people. So I
Okay.
don't I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Ryan is a member of the channel. Would you want to see young Luke or another legacy character in at least a scene of the Mandalorian movie?
Man, that'd be kind of cool to see Luke again. It's just I guess I'm with Lily on this one. I do feel that maybe Mondo just needs his own thing, because when there's other things happening, it does kind of feel like it takes away a little bit. Not because we wouldn't want to see it, because that'd be a fan favorite, but
Uh,
it's like, why didn't we have more? Or what? Like, it's almost like they should make like a Luke its own thing. And
mhm.
then, I mean, that's just personally, I would love. I mean, I love
That's why
see the
they would
Luke
have
part.
him,
Yeah. The
because
only
then
thing is,
he jump off and he goes and does his own. We need a Luke film.
yeah,
We've
and that
always
would,
needed a Luke movie.
yeah, but like, I guess what I'm saying is that if they have Luke, it'd be kind of cool if they had him maybe like at the end, or like you're saying, that it could roll over into his own
It's
thing.
got to be an important.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Lily, what do you think?
I think that for them to bring back any of the legacy characters, they would have to, like you just said, it would have to be for a big reason, not just like, hey guys, remember these people that are now in this movie too? Like, I'm tired of The Mandalorian being used to cameo other people for other shows.
Right.
I didn't like that about season 2, is that, hey, we're going to introduce like Ahsoka because now she's going to get her own show. And hey, Boba Fett's back because now he's getting his own show. Like, no, keep this The Mandalorian. So they would have to have a really big purpose for them to come back. And I think they would have to work it out if it was Luke. Like, this would be the perfect opportunity to pass it to Sebastian Stan and recast, because I don't know how the deep fake is going to hold up for a big project like this.
Yeah, that would be great, because we're tired of the member berries, little cameo Easter eggs things. Actually, it's like crack the egg and give us the omelet. Don't just like, oh, that is the Easter eggs. Come on, man.
Yep.
My boy Darth Plato has been a member for a long time. I love that dude. I'd be surprised if Gina came back. Well, hey, it's show business.
Yeah.
I mean, do you realize the crazy shit that's happened? That's what I'm saying. I mean, look at Adam Driver just saying, "I'm never coming back."
Yeah, cash talks.
A couple of years later, see who's in power, who's in command, who's in.
Yeah.
Hey, Favreau comes. I got this killer idea for a Kylo film. Connects you back with Han Solo. Just saying. Bishnu, you don't think this could be canceled too, like some of the other films?
Well, I think like Kamran was saying, this is along already. The other films were just kind of like, this is a project without any script, without any, they're just like, we're thinking of casting this director, or we're thinking of doing this, or this would be a great person to actually do it, but there's no script, there's no schedule to shoot, and it looks like this not only has a script, but it has a schedule to shoot. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Lily, you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they actually brought us the news themselves, and it's it kind of sounds funny, but everything that they announced at Celebration kind of has been getting canceled. So it's like the Kathleen Kennedy curse, maybe because Star Wars Lucasfilm actually put it up on their page and they're like, no, we got a plan. This is what's happening. Maybe it's a little more, it would be hard to cancel it at this point.
Right. Over 50 of you guys hanging out with us. Amazing. Incredible. Do me a favor. Make sure you are subscribed. Then do me another favor. Hit the like button. It helps this stream afterwards, algorithm, on the replay, all that good jazz. Brian McCann, 11 months. Wow. Yes, my dude, 11 months. Again, thank you again for the support and the gifted memberships. We do a lot of fun things with the members. What I'll do is I'll cut an interview like with an actor like John Ortiz, who is in American Fiction, or director, and I'll have this video ready, and then I'll give it to my members for 24 hours. You guys get it first. Okay, I want we put this hard work into this. Got this interview done. We got this, people. We have a lot of filmmakers, writers, actors, directors on our spotlight list. So there's no lip service here. We give you unique content. Rooftop. If the chick clears and she reports to Favreau only, she would.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. There's very few people who won't come back for something. I mean, it's it's the industry. You're a professional, you're not a professional, and usually when you're dealing with professionals, then
well, it's also who
back.
And again, who do I report to?
Right.
John Favreau? I'm in.
Exactly.
I'm in. I mean, he's the man.
Yeah, because I mean, he handpicked her for that role, so he wanted her there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I like this one. Hey, it's me in HD. Remember the channel. I got Rachel Ziegler vibes as young Leia. Money in the Bank.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Pobre Rachel, man.
That's
Pobre Rachel.
Pobre nosotros que tienen que aguantar.
For sure. Oh my gosh.
No se calla la pobre.
I know.
Oh
I
my
do
God.
not consider her one of us. Just kidding.
Oh,
Nah,
she's a kid. You guys are
Nah,
harsh, man. You guys
man.
are harsh.
Hey, we were beaten as kids, so hey, you know, she should be able to
Maybe she
take
need.
it.
What do you say?
You
Maybe
need
she
a
needs
chancla.
little beat down.
Yeah.
A little
Darcy
beat
is
down,
here.
yes.
John Boyega said he was done with Star Wars. Now he's begging to be hired back as our favorite janitor. Is he really begging?
Is it?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. But that was messed
Lily,
up
do you
how
know
they
if he's
did
been
him, man.
begging?
I think I saw something where he did change his tune. You know how he was very vocal about being against how Disney had treated him, like Lucasfilm?
Yeah.
And then he just kind of turned it around and he was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, guys, if they ask me, like maybe. So yeah, I think this has I think it is true.
Yeah, it was so weird how they did him because everybody was expecting him to be a Jedi. Everybody was hoping for him to be a Jedi, and then there's like, no, dude, he's the janitor, and it's like, what? You never think a large corporation be that tone deaf, but then they surprise you.
My man comes in with $5. You didn't need to do the $5, man. It's been 24 months, Polly. Doggy slumber party video, please.
Ooh,
Take it right to my heart. These are my dogs, Bandit and Mr. Butters. God, they're so little in this. There's like a couple years ago. They're like 2 years older now. But hey, enjoy, Darth, and everyone else.
Oh, who's got their pajamas on? Oh, it's a slumber party. Oh my goodness. Oh, the slumber party time. Look at. Oh, get it, baby. Oh, get it, boys. Oh, that's a very nice. Oh, get it, baby. Get it. Get your pajamas. Who is that? Very handsome babies with the pajamas.
I love that so much.
So
Majamas.
Okay, I found the article on John Boyega. Yeah, apparently July of last year, he did say that he was open to opportunities with Star Wars. And I think he said that especially if they finished Finn's story as a Jedi.
Yeah. So many ifs, bro.
Yeah.
So nobody yells Ray like John Boyega.
Yeah. Ray!
They need him in the Ray movie for that.
That's so crazy.
He's such a good actor.
Yeah, I really think they messed up his character movie. Really
yeah, they really. If anyone's owed, homie's owed.
I know because it's like when he did like Attack of the Block, it's like, dude, they have him with a samurai sword running around killing aliens. You would think you can, just push that over into Star Wars. I mean, it makes no sense. It's like it's handed to them. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
But no. But we're the, name and stuff because, we don't like people being in Star Wars. Come on, man. We just want people to do right by the characters.
We were all set up and made to believe that Finn was going to be, a Jedi. He was a stormtrooper turned Jedi. Right. I mean, we were all...
We're like, great idea.
Great idea.
And then nah.
And then he was handed the janitor's
and then he's
broom.
And
sort of like the Latinos that are the janitorial staff at the Golden Globe Awards.
That's very much. Did they get an award for that though? Was there?
We give them that award.
The Golden Towel Award or something.
That's gay. No mames, cabrón. Be nice. Roman of the Empire, sir. Ahoy, friends. What's up, dude?
What's up, Roman?
What's up, brother? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Taco the Block.
A taco in the block.
Oh, man. Good to see everyone here. He was much a more interesting character than Ray to begin with. Yes.
Yeah. He actually had emotions.
Well, okay. All right. But story-wise, the character was like it was a great setup.
Yeah.
Because he was a very much a human in that stormtrooper. We never saw a human behind the stormtrooper, right? And then he had a story, and then he had a friend, and that friend died in the battle. I mean, that was really cool.
Right.
That was a great setup.
Almost
What did
like
Ray
you
have?
wanted it to pay off.
What did Ray have? I was
Mhm.
left here by my parents. I'm
Oh,
waiting for
look,
them.
I have
I'm going
a
to.
spaceship and I have a helmet. Look it.
I I believe I'm going to, clean some more pots for some food that turns into foam when I put water on them.
Do you see the staff? The staff makes me able to fix the Millennium Falcon whenever I want. What? Emotions? I have none of those. Those are from the dark side.
We're from the dark side.
Dark
How
side
did
is
I do
coming.
that? I don't know.
It doesn't
Chewie!
matter. I'm doing it because I'm the best.
Chewie!
Because she's Palpatine's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think, bruh? I mean,
Oh,
vastly, terribly underutilized, a giant lost opportunity.
Yeah.
huge.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh no,
No,
I
it
was
was
just saying, yeah, it's a
yeah.
huge lost opportunity.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
could
we all
drive
agree
a
with
Death
that.
Star to that.
But let's wrap it up and get back to this Mandalorian news. Cameron Pasha bombs going on. It's interesting how other channels, what they run with and what they choose not to. Listen, most of these other channels, they're my friends. I got nothing against them. It's just interesting what people run with. What I do know is the business and how it works. And so when I see, things that go up, I'm like, that's not how the business work, guys. And I don't know what to tell you. Just from even the whole concept of approving a script, much less a script concept, a script idea, it takes forever. So yeah, that's very revealing when Daisy said herself, was it a couple months ago, that there was no script?
Mhm.
Some interesting ideas.
Yeah, imagine that. It would be nice to have one of those. It's
Yeah.
almost like, it's a good like a guidepost.
So, all right, let's surmise. Who wants to go first in your summarizations?
Summaries. I'll
Okay.
let Lily go first.
Wow.
Okay.
um well, I mean, now that, like I said a little bit earlier, now that Cameron came and kind of gave us a little bit more information, I'm a little bit more hopeful. I'm still a little bit cautious just because they've done a lot of things that have made me want to turn away from this fandom, but I love it. I'm a Star Wars fan. I want it to be successful. And I really hope they get it together and they listen to the fans and they actually take care of this project and that it's successful. We need Star Wars back. We need good Star Wars back. We need George Lucas's Star Wars back. Like I want it back.
I want it back.
I want it back. Yes.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna be very cautious. I'm not gonna say like, yes, this is gonna be like the best thing ever, because you never know. But I'm excited. I'm hopeful.
Okay, Fletcher, in regards to Mr. Cameron's information and go ahead.
I think it does seem like this project, it's way more in production than any of the other projects that seem to have, develop an ire in the whole, fandom and YouTube sphere. So it does feel like this it's more tangible, seems to be more real. I reserve, I guess, until we hear more because they really did Mando dirty on the third season, and partly in Book of Boba. So they really have to. I mean, I'll wait till you're out of the theater review probably for this one because it's not like I'm not like I'm gonna buy pre-tickets like Lily, but
Dang. Calling her out. Why are you calling us out?
well, no, she'll get pre-tickets if Pablo is Pedro's in it. If he's not, she might wait until you're out of the theater review too.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you guys got how I feel. in regards to Mr. Pasha's news. And I would say if you really want to get some insightful information week after week, become a part of his Patreon, which I am a member of. Absolutely. But I want to ask you guys in the chat one last question, and it's a simple yes or no. And while you're answering the question, I'm going to bring up our new website so you guys are familiar with it, because we have an exciting announcement in regards to our new website. Here's my question. After hearing everything that you just heard from Kamran Pasha, are you more optimistic about the new Mandalorian film? Yes or no? That's it. Right now, 35 of you guys, I want 35 answers, yes or no. And while you are typing away, let's bring up our website. TheLatinoSlant.com now has posts. We're just starting articles, reviews, cultural, historical articles as well. We got one up there on the history of Day of the Dead. I just did a couple. I'm working on some new ones. It's a one-stop shop there, guys. Also, too, I want to announce that music film critic, writer Rosa Para is now going to be a contributor on the latinoslant.com.
Ooh, Rosa.
I could not be happier. And so what does that mean? Here's what it means, guys. We're going to get early reviews on major films. We're going to start this Monday with her first review for us on the movie ISS. We're getting that.
Oh, sweet.
We're getting that. Here's what else we're going to get with Rosa Para. She's going, hold on to your britches. Hold on to your britches there, Lily. Hold on.
Lily
You know
ain't
what?
wearing
Yeah,
no
can you put that question in the chat, Fletcher, for me? Are you more optimistic, or what did I say?
Oh, I have everybody. There's a bunch
Everyone
of
answering?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Here's what else we're getting with Rosa Para and being part of the latinoslant.com. Go there right now and subscribe, sign up to our mailing list. Gonna get the reviews from her. But she's going to Sundance. Okay? 2 major films she's gonna cover for us. Yes, with the balloons. Number 1, the Melissa Barrera movie that has no distribution. We're going to get that review. We're going to get that take first. We're going to see if it even sells at Sundance.
Oh, wow.
Because she has a movie that's been done. That's one. The second one. You ready, Lily?
Yeah.
She's going to see the new Pedro Pascal movie called Freaky Tales.
Oh, sweet. That's so cool.
We're going to get that. We're going to get that review up here and her take, everything. We're going to get the whole Sundance experience through Rosa Para on our latinoslant.com. And then we'll see what kind of videos we turn out here. Finally, me and Rosa, and we did this last year, will be up early on the 23rd in 2 weeks. We're going to be up early to react and give analysis to the Oscar nominations being read.
Oh, yeah. There's
So
soon.
we got a lot going on for you guys. For you guys, this website is our foundation. The YouTube absolutely funnels it in, but this is our new creation. Where you can check out articles, videos, our book, all that stuff, and it's just going to keep growing. It's just going to keep. This is weeks old. Our website, it's weeks old. So we got that. And if I'll say this right now, if you're a competent writer and cover and have a passion for Latino film and music, hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. I will listen to your pitch. And yes, we do pay our writers. We do pay people. It's not a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not a lot, but it's something. And let me tell you, it's a lot more than the other channels will do for you guys. So, what else, Fletcher? Did I cover that pretty good?
Yeah. And the link is right on the chat. I put the link for everybody. You guys can go. And if you just put your email, we will not sell your information. We will not, sell it to third parties or anything like that. It's just basically for us to make sure that we can let you know when a new article or video or something like that is up on the site. Also, exclusive merch, anything like that that's up, contests, anything that's coming up of the Latino slant, which is big. We just crossed our 10K, and we're so thankful for everybody who subscribed. And those who are not subscribed, please do so. We're now trying to get to 20K is our new goal for this summer. And hopefully you can check out the site. Like I said, all you literally have to do is give us your email and name you want to be called, and then you guys can comment on the articles, and you will know when new articles are coming up live on the Latino Slant. And also, I don't know if you guys knew, but we had a full theater filled out for Blue Beetle, and that was us.
Right.
That was the Latino Slant. So
yes, we did a community event.
Community events. Then a few people showed up, including the director. Name drop, but with official
very
merch.
nice man.
So
very nice man.
Letting you know that this is.
And we had a couple of people who are members of the channel that lived in SoCal that came to the event.
Right.
And they took pictures with the director. It was a great time. A lot of familias. It was awesome. It was awesome.
But even if you're not in SoCal, Latino Slant is
yeah
making moves. So we might be coming to your city.
Let's move to the chat. The question I had is, after hearing from Kamran Pasha, are you more optimistic about the Mandalorian film? Yes or no? Simple question. Yes. No. No. Still skeptical. Honestly, no. I hope I'm wrong. That is not the answer. No. No, the damage is done. James Carras, member of the channel.
Damage is done.
Todo trauma.
Well, that's
yeah. You can't say we're not a passionate fandom.
Yeah. No. Nice. Yeah, me too. Hope I'm proven wrong. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Hope I'm proven wrong.
Yeah.
You will get to 20K before the summer. Calling it now.
Yes.
I love you, Sin. Hey, I think I gotta go watch. I don't want to watch Echo.
The look on your face.
Because I said to Sin, I go, let's do the Echo review together. I'm like,
man. So now you have to watch it.
I'm going to sit this one out. I suffered enough with a lot of other shows.
You know what I'm enjoying is Arena. It's a show. It's 2 seasons now. Oh my god, so funny. It's a Mexican Reno 911, but raunchier.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I'm too preoccupied with the bear right now. That's me.
I heard the bear's dope.
It's amazing. If you guys
watch my review,
so good.
So wait, am I off the hook, Sin? Well, wait a minute. Holly, as a Choctaw native, the Echo series is dreadfully bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing, man.
But that's the sad part, because they had the tribe approval, and they had people from the tribe make sure that it was pretty authentic. But then you have then you mess it up. It's like, man, you just lost the trust of a whole tribe.
Well, Wasmata, yes. Harina means flour, and it's a white powder, right? In this case, it's him doing blow. Our lead, he gets caught, and he's a cop.
Wow.
It is so wrong, man. Ain't nothing woke about that one, bro. Woof. So enjoying that one. That's on Amazon Prime. It was pretty horrible to me, Echo. I mean, oh man, I don't.
But the good thing, you can watch it with the volume off, and then you could just tell people, "Well, I watched it with the volume off because I wanted to feel what the character felt."
I, you know,
Sorry. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all right. Never mind.
I was watching
Cancel
this one.
Fletcher hashtag.
Listen, I was watching this one native channel that was interviewing the director, and the guy was simping hard. I'm like, dude, she doesn't give a shit. I can see it in her eyes. She doesn't care. That
Yeah.
woman had no joy in her face. I saw a couple of interviews with her. I'm just like, who is this person? And you look it up, and it's like, native documentaries, and she's got her agenda. It's like, why should I see this? If you have no joy in your product and you're trying to go on people's channels, and this kid who's a native kid, I subscribe to him. He's simping so hard, and you're treating him like shit. Why would I go and watch your? I was really upset by it. I didn't like it because I know that type of professional in the business. And I was just like so turned off. I was really turned off.
That's that.
Because like, dude, you need to convince me to watch your show,
Yeah.
not the other way around. I don't know you
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Here's what us three all have in common is that we have native blood in us from this continent and South America's, right? So we have a connection there. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Don't take advantage of it. Show us what you got.
Yeah. Especially we showcase. I mean, there's so many powwows around the United States. You could have easily made this kind of like a grassroots thing and growed it.
Yeah.
But you decided to. I mean, it's kind of sad. I guess watch Reservoir Dogs instead. Reservation Dogs.
Reservation Dogs here is really good. Yeah.
That's a good show.
Philip says hot take. Despite what Kamran Pasha said about Bob Iger still needs to be fired. Nelson Pelt still deserves to do his hostile takeover of Disney.
Well, who knows? I mean,
man, that's
whoever
where
put some good movies out.
Yeah. All I know is Favreau is consistent with the quality of his work. And that's why I asked, did he I don't think he was really part of season 3 because that was terrible. I was not a fan. Some of the episodes. Your health is too important. Don't watch Echo. You guys are just hating. You're just too hearing privileged.
Yes. And two leg privileged.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That chick is a horrible actor, that chick. Oh my God.
Well, actually, she's not an actor. This is her first role.
She's not an actor.
Yeah, they actually cast her,
And that fight scene was leaked in the first episode, so cringe and awful.
But you can watch our take on it in this channel.
Oh boy. No, hold on. oh yeah, we did a black belt breakdown of it.
Yeah, black belt.
Yeah,
black belt breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many other things I'd rather watch, man.
Like the laundry.
Yeah, the laundry is right there. Right there.
I'd rather sit here and fold clothes, listen to some good music.
Listen to good music. I actually love my clean clothes. They come out of the dryer. I get to fold them. That is probably going to be a more enjoyable experience than watching Echo.
That
Absolutely.
could be. That could be.
Yeah.
It's just sad because I
Yeah.
know that a lot of natives were looking towards it, to maybe hopefully bring this character, some good, shall we say, representation, or, it's just, that's the other thing. When you do it bad, it just shows you didn't really care about the character, just that. It's that's so now Paulie's mute on that one. That's now it's like, that's it. The stash will now talk.
I mean, bro, it's just like,
It's
you
like,
know,
come on, like,
yeah,
bro, Lily, take it away.
take it away, Lily.
Take it away, Lily.
I
Look-
will keep my sanity intact, and I will not be watching Echo.
Actually, I do have something we can react to really quickly since we have a crowd here. You guys down?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay, because it is in Spanish really quickly, guys, but I think you're gonna enjoy it. Let me bring it up. And while I bring it up, let people know what you're doing on Midnight's Edge Espanol.
So if you go to Midnight's Edge Espanol, I'm doing some shorts and trying to bring you guys the latest news of what's happening. And also we're going to be reviewing the new series that's going to drop on Prime, Zorro. And that's actually in Spanish.
That's right, Zorro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've been covering the Melissa Barrera mamadas going on.
They're still on with that?
And her mistreatment. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, man, I'm trying to sell stuff. Come on.
No, not you. I mean, like, people are still mad at her and they're still bringing her up. And
yeah, January 19th, we will be doing a watch party. Absolutely. I think we're going to do a dual channel watch party. No, it's classic. No. As far as we know.
Wait a minute. We don't know. We don't know.
No, don't
We
sell
don't
that.
ask it. We don't tell.
Don't say that. Don't say that, dude. Okay, Melissa Barrera's co-star, who I love this actor. He was in Narcos Mexico as the border cop with a conscience, and this guy's so talented. He had a couple of things to say in response to Melissa getting fired from Scream 7 on live television. Luis Gerardo was Barrera's co-star in Club de Cuervos. Any of you guys ever see that? Club de Cuervos?
No.
Yeah. I think it's really popular on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw like a little bit of it. It was not bad. Isn't it I want to say, isn't Robert Rodriguez company was involved with that? I don't know.
No, I think this was a Spanish production, bro.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know. But what I do know is I like this actor. He was fantastic in Narcos Mexico. I won't spoil his character, but listen to what he says. This is fantastic, guys. And then I want you guys' immediate response. Here we go.
Luis Gerardo Méndez.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't hear. I see what they did to me. Darn iPods. All right, let me see. Here we go.
Luis.
I still can't hear it. They did it again.
What?
Guys,
No,
I need to hear. No, you can, but I can't.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well.
And it's kind of important to me. Okay, here we go. Sorry, one more time.
Luis Gerardo Méndez reaccionó al reciente despido de Melissa Barrera de la séptima parte de la saga Scream, luego de que publicara mensajes sobre el conflicto armado entre Israel y Palestina.
He estado muy ocupado trabajando y no estoy muy familiarizado. Algo vi, pero bueno, creo que es importantísimo solidarizarse con las causas que a uno le parecen importantes y ella tiene todo mi apoyo. Ella es una actriz increíble y una defensora de los derechos. Creo que como...
Okay. he says, hey, I support her. It's important. Defend her rights. Listen to this part.
Figura pública, al principio uno tiene una defensora de los derechos. Creo que como figura pública, al principio uno tiende a opinar de todo y yo he aprendido con los años a tener menos causas y las causas que tengo entenderlas mejor. Creo que vivimos en una época donde creemos que por leer un encabezado de Twitter ya conocemos y somos expertos de un tema, ¿no? Y creo que hay que entenderlos bien antes de emitir cualquier opinión.
Thoughts, guys.
No, yeah, I'm totally agree. I mean, a lot of people just doing the whole Twitter, I'm going to read 5 lines and now all of a sudden I'm an expert on the topic. And, it goes all awry. And then they're wondering, why is it all awry? It's like, well, you kind of commented on a public forum something that maybe you didn't understand. So, I totally agree with him. But plus, it shows this guy knows what he's talking about. He's like saying, I've learned to have less causes, and the ones that I do have, I kind of want to make sure I know about them so I can speak eloquently about it, so I won't be in trouble.
Lily?
Yeah, I agree with him 100% too. I mean, we've had these conversations before where I believe that when you're an actor or actress, just leave the politics out of it. I know you want to have your causes, but like he said, you have to be smart about it and what you say sometimes. And it's just, yeah, you can't just be picking things off of Twitter and see what's the popular side and okay, I'm going to go with this. And then not expect any consequences either.
Yeah. And plus the media is going to tear it apart.
Yeah. I mean, she has every right to say what she wants to say, but whoever's hiring her also has every right to let her go if, it's not something they agree with. I mean,
yeah. And plus the media is going to chop it up unrecognizably, so you only get maybe like the front and the back of it. You don't get the whole thing because they'll just do the one little quote. It's like, well, I can't believe, and it's like, well, did you see the whole thing? It's unfortunate, but that's the beast of it.
I'll tell you right now, I've never heard him give an interview or anything like that. I've only know him from a few projects. And I was like kind of in shock that this is such a real response of what a public figure should be, an actor. I love that. It's like, listen, I have very few causes.
Yeah,
keep it to myself.
Yeah,
I have a few causes, and I like to keep them to myself. It's like, yeah, that's how you do it. I mean, it's funny because we're always taught as we were young. It's like, be careful when you go into work to talk religion and politics. Because they're hot topics. Stick to sports, the weather, and all stuff. As a kid, you're kind of like, okay, this is your first job. That's the one thing you did. Our parents always taught us that. And now all of a sudden, it's like the complete opposite. As soon as you do something, better make sure you talk about your religion and politics. And it's like, how does that happen?
Well, it's social media blurs those lines of work and personal, because they want to use their studios want those actors fan base when they hire them. And, like a Jenna Ortega, Pedro Pascal, those are huge fan bases they have, rabid. Yeah. So it's all good and dandy when they're promoting their films, but if they throw their opinions up there, then there's problems. Sometimes with the fans as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I just think that social media has really ruined the mystique of the actor.
Yeah.
And, personally speaking, with Romy, she hates social media. Cannot stand it.
But she uses it right. She posts pictures about her projects herself.
Yeah, but hear me out. I had to push her to do that because she's got to raise her profile up, because unfortunately, production companies, if it's down to 2 actors for a guest star, they'll look at their social media.
Yeah.
Who's got the bigger followers?
Right.
So when they do post about their job, they'll get more ratings. That's what's become of this freaking business.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of disgusting. That's why you see these no talents who are coming from music or coming from whatever, that have no acting um,
Acumen.
training,
Yeah.
right? But they got millions of followers. Get them in a
Yeah.
role, give them a line. So it's just a huge, huge, dysfunctional thing there, man.
Yeah.
You know,
It's funny because
but
they're creating the monster.
yeah, and but yeah, like you said, Romy's very classy with their posts.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact people who are very much less talented as far as their acting abilities have gotten roles. Not against Romy, but like
Yeah.
get a line here or there on a TV show just because of their social media.
Yeah. And that's sad.
But back to Homeboy, what a class act.
Classic.
Because he was able to say, I support you, Melissa, but here's how I feel. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Lily.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I finally recognized him. He was in Narcos, Mexico.
Yeah. Polly's just been saying that for like
I guess
like
Lily wasn't
30
listening.
minutes.
Oh, I don't think I was. Well, yeah.
Wow.
No, Lily
I
was
said it like
watching
several
Echo at the
times.
time.
No way, really?
I even said that he was the border
He
cop.
literally said that like 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
god.
He was in Narco
he had
Mexico. You know he was in Narco Mexico.
he had an incredible role. Let's
Yeah.
play it back one more time and then we'll get on out of here. All right. I like what he has to say.
Luis Gerardo Méndez reaccionó al reciente despido de Melissa Barrera de la séptima parte de la saga Scream, luego de que publicara mensajes sobre el conflicto armado entre Israel y Palestina.
He estado muy ocupado trabajando y no estoy muy familiarizado. Algo vi, pero bueno, creo que es importantísimo solidarizarse con las causas que a uno le parecen importantes y ella tiene todo mi apoyo. Ella es una actriz increíble y una defensora de los derechos. Creo que como figura pública, al principio uno tiende a opinar de todo y yo he aprendido con los años a tener menos causas y las causas que tengo, entenderlas mejor. Creo que vivimos en una época donde creemos que por leer un encabezado de Twitter ya conocemos y somos expertos de un tema, ¿no? Y creo que hay que entenderlos bien antes de emitir cualquier opinión.
Oh, man. God, we need more actors like...
Very eloquently said.
Yeah, imagine if all our actors in, the movies and stuff that we love, imagine if Rachel Ziegler was like that.
Oh my gosh.
Because she's very talented, guys.
She can't help herself.
But, pendeja, man.
Yeah. I think, they're told to, go out there and make a spectacle, the whole bread and roses thing,
Yeah.
But I mean, when you are a public figure like that, why isn't someone in charge of your public figure? I mean, like Rachel Zegler, if they saw that she was saying something stupid, why didn't like her publicist or somebody be like, "Oh, we're gonna take your account away from you now because you're going crazy"?
Well, there's so many variables with that, right? It's their age, it's their representation. When I say that, I don't mean their ethnicity. Or I'm talking about like their manager, their team, their agents, their PR, their yes men, the yes women. Who do they have around them? Okay, so that's one thing. Obviously, someone like Jenna Ortega, who's pretty progressive. She's been known to post progressive stuff, but she knows the business. She grew up in the business, so she has a professional way about her that she's about her work. First of all, you can see it in the roles that she's like in command of, who she's working with. That's what she's all about, man. Her trajectory is going to be incredible. I see her winning a real award for a great performance in the next few years. Whereas, Ziegler comparatively is just so thirsty and so wanting of attention and, let me say and do, salacious things where it's like, look at Jenna. Like, you don't need to let your work speak for you,
Yeah.
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 I don't
So,
know. It's
but I
just,
do. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just like me personally, if it was, I mean, they have all of these other things they could be doing other than sitting there arguing with people on Twitter. I would just hand it over to someone else and be like, hey, just post about my projects, and that's it. Let's just keep it
Yeah.
towards my work, and that's it. You don't get yourself in trouble that way.
No, mija, that doesn't get you no retweets.
What? Wow.
Tienes que agarrar the retweets. The retweets.
Well,
The
to be
retweets.
fair, a lot of my other favorite actors don't even have an active social media, and they're still very big names in the industry. So, I mean, why is that? Like Ryan Gosling hasn't posted on his Twitter in years. I don't even think he has an Instagram, and he's still very much present. And he doesn't have any drama. He doesn't have any of this stuff following him, and he's still getting great projects, and it's not affecting him. So,
I mean, it's really depends on the person, you know. And he's obviously about the work first, and he's got a family.
Yeah.
You know, like, right? Am I thinking him?
Mhm.
Wait,
yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
with Eva Mendes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, okay, that's I get them. I get those crackers mixed up.
Oh no.
The crack account, but no. I mean, you know, you can just look down that list. You know, well, they made certain choices to be more, you know, like regular people. How am I going to do that? We're not going to be on social media. We're going to do our movies, and we got our family. Boom. There's a lot of them that are like that. A lot of them don't live
Yeah.
in California. That's another thing, you
Mhm.
know. You know, I've said this before. Ziegler was plucked out of high school. Boom, West Side Story. And then she has never stopped working. So, you know, I think now she's 21, 22.
Mhm.
So I just don't think she had any real guidance, man, on those, you know, obviously. Obviously now she does. You've seen her much more tempered. It's just hard to, like, you know, have any,
Yeah.
but
It's
go ahead.
just weird. It's just weird to me that you wouldn't immediately have someone in control of social media now, since everyone gets so riled up about everything and they want to easily cancel you for everything.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I know
yeah.
working like at the hospital during the pandemic, right
Mhm.
away, our management, it came all the way from the top and they were like, hey, we don't want to see you guys posting on social media. We don't want you guys saying anything, posting any videos, no
Mm.
TikToks. And if we see that you guys are posting these things, if we get like wind of it that this is happening, you're gonna be fired. And guess what? Yeah,
Wow.
they caught a couple of people and they were like, oh, I mean,
Yeah. I think too, Ziegler is part of the, you know, she believes in all that, so that helps. That's why they let her run her mouth for so long, you know, because she champions those causes from, you know, all the different ones. She's
Yeah.
in line with them. And Melissa was, to a certain point, when she took her, put her foot down, she was out. She doesn't really care.
Yeah.
She didn't really care. She always have Mexico. So, but she was out. That's just how it is. Especially when you speak out against Israel, and you know, it's like there is no discussion. All right, man. I think we are done. It's great to see so many wonderful people here, so many wonderful members. Vinny just showed up. Good to see you, my man. Hates me in HD. Brian, Bill S. Preston Esquire, Ryan. Beautiful people, man. Great job. Great job, everybody. Still 40 people hanging out with us. We're gonna go in. We're good, Lily and Fletcher.
Yeah.
Hard goodbye. Hard out. It's hard to say goodbye. But we're gonna do it. What am I cooking? I'm cooking some videos for you guys. I'm
Yeah.
editing, I'm writing.
Seasoning them.
Yeah. Hey Archie, what's up?
A
What's
tamale
up?
and a taco on the side.
Have a
Got
good
a little
night.
chilies.
Have a good night. I got some balloons for you.
Balloons for you.
Polly, 4X, please. Oh, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Glad you guys like the show. Give it a thumbs up. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Did we get the thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Where's my thumbs up? No, I'm supposed to have explosions.
Really?
I just checked. We got 70 likes and 1 dislike. To the person that did the dislike, thank you.
It actually helps the algorithm.
It's actually better for our replay. We love that dislike.
What, really?
Any engagement counts.
Yeah. I mean, our special guest brings the fire, so there's gonna be there's gonna be some peeps. Okay, I think we're out. One last thing. Who dislike was Zorg. So I had to kick him out. Had to kick your ass out. The Charleston book. We're start shipping them out this week.
Cool.
Yay!
There it is.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
crazy.
Did it?
Oh.
See?
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Muchísimas gracias. Mensaje Español, shorts every day, videos all the time. God bless everyone. Adios.
Peace.